Welcome back to the Rebel Saint Podcast. I'm Sister Abigail Hester, the founder of the Order of Franciscan Clarians. Today is episode 4, The Bible Isn't God. And this is a place where we follow Jesus with courage, compassion, curiosity, and just enough holy rebellion to make the powerful uncomfortable. And today we're talking about something that may sound shocking at first, but the Bible isn't God. So take a deep breath and hear me out here. I'm not saying that the Bible is invaluable. I love Scripture. I study Scripture every day. And I've devoted much of my life to teaching Scripture. But somewhere along the way, many Christians began treating the Bible as if it were the fourth member of the Trinity. And that's a problem. The Bible points to God. It is not God. John's Gospel opens by saying, "In the beginning was the Word." It doesn't say, "In the beginning was the Bible." Jesus is the living Word. The Bible is humanity's witness to that living Word. And those are two different things. When we confuse the witness with the one being witnessed to, we end up worshiping a book instead of following Christ. The Bible is a library written by many authors across centuries. And it contains poetry and history and parables and prophecy and letters and songs and wisdom. It even contains arguments between different voices of faith. It isn't a flat instruction manual dropped from heaven. It's a conversation. And that's why context matters. History matters, culture matters, language matters. And when we ignore those things, we force the Bible to answer questions it was never trying to answer. Marcus Borg often reminds us that the Bible should be taken seriously, but not always literally. And reading Scripture faithfully means asking what was happening, who was writing, why were they writing, and what does this reveal about God's movement among people? And that's very different from searching for proof text, to win arguments. One of my favorite images is this. Think of the Bible as a window. A window helps you see the landscape beyond it. But if you spend all your time staring at the glass, you'll miss the view. Scripture invites us into encounter. It invites us into justice, into compassion, into forgiveness, into transformation. Jesus criticized religious leaders who knew Scripture inside and out, but failed to recognize God standing right in front of them. Knowledge without love is empty. Correct doctrine without compassion is hollow. Biblical expertise without justice misses the point. As Franciscan Clareans, we don't read the Bible to find ammunition. We read the Bible to become more loving, to become more humble, to become more courageous, to become more like Christ. And if your reading of Scripture makes you hate your neighbor, you've probably misunderstood Scripture. If it makes you care more deeply for the poor, the forgotten, the outsider, and creation itself, you're probably moving in the right direction. The Bible should never become a weapon. It should become an invitation to join God's work of healing, because God is working to heal the world. And that's why I encourage people to pray, not just to ask, what does the Bible say, but also, what kind of person is this passage calling me to become? And those two questions aren't always the same. The goal isn't simply information. The goal is transformation. And the Bible is sacred because it leads us toward the sacred. It is inspired because it inspires. It bears witness to God's love breaking into history over and over again. And that same love is still breaking into history today. So don't worship the Bible. Read it. Study it. Question it. Wrestle with it. Let it challenge you. And above all, let it point you towards the living Christ. Well, thank you for listening to the Rebel Saint podcast. If this episode has challenged you or encouraged you, I'd love for you to subscribe to the channel, leave a review, leave a comment, ask a question, share it with someone who's ready to rethink faith in a deeper way. Until next time, live simply, love boldly, resist empire, and keep following the poor, queer, and crucified Christ. Grace and peace, my friends.